You're ready to leave work for the day, but before you do, you need to check the traffic report. The concrete jungle doesn't just come populated with predatory drivers these days. Dinosaurs were recently resurrected, and boy, have they thrived. Just last week, a Tyrannosaurus Rex took it into his head to stampede during rush hour, kicking buses and taking bites out of some of the smaller cars that crossed his path. If he is still roaming along your regular commute, you will plan another route. Okay, let's back up a bit since that scenario is a little far-fetched. How about we consider the question, what if dinosaurs were alive today? Well, technically, many scientists would argue that dinosaurs were alive in modern times. In fact, you probably see them every day since birds are descended from dinosaurs. But that's what evolution and extinction events have dictated. But back to our scenario. Researchers have toyed with the idea of recovering preserved DNA and cloning like in the movie Jurassic Park, but it's a challenging proposition. In Japan, efforts are underway to try to clone a woolly mammoth extend only some 8,000 years, and even that projection is proving prickly. Most dinosaur species haven't walked in the earth in about 65 million years, so the chances of finding DNA fragments that are robust enough to resurrect are slim. Not to mention the many other mile-high procedural obstacles in the way. Going back to Jurassic Park scenario, let's say scientists recovering a blood-sucking insect looked in amber dating from a time when dinosaurs roamed the earth. The potential for cross-contamination both from the entrapped insect itself, which after all would likely contain the blood of other victims, or from modern organisms the specimen had come into contact with, means very little suitable dinosaur DNA would likely be recovered. If a specimen were cracked open, assuming it hadn't rotten hollow, it would be incredibly trying to distinguish the sources of any DNA it contained. So, chances aren't great we'll ever need to worry whether roaming herds of theropods will disrupt our rush hour commutes, or even get to marvel and wonder at specimens concocted in labs occupying prime zoo real estate. After all, if dinosaurs were alive today, their immune systems would probably be ill-equipped to handle our modern panoply of bacteria, fungi, and viruses. The chasm is just too large to make that a likely possibility. It was a kind of thing that we can scarcely imagine. When an asteroid 15 km wide slammed into planet Earth 66 million years ago, it struck with a force equivalent to about 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. A radioactive fireball seared everything for hundreds of miles in every direction and created tsunamis that spread halfway around the globe. Even the atmosphere may have started to boil, and no land animal more than 25 kg would survive. In fact, around 75% of all species became extinct. So did the dinosaurs, and only the small feather-flying dinosaurs we know today as birds would make it through. But what if history had taken a different course? What if the asteroid had missed or arrived a few minutes earlier? That is a scenario suggested by researchers. These scientists argue that if the asteroid had arrived more moments earlier or later, rather than hitting the shallow waters of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, it would have plunged into the deep sea of the Pacific or Atlantic Oceans, absorbing some of the force and limiting the expulsion of sulfur-rich sediments that choked the atmosphere for the months or years ahead. Had that been the case, there would still have been a catastrophe and extinctions, but some larger dinosaurs may have survived. Pondering the course of this alternative timeline is an intriguing thought experiment that dinosaur scientists are only too enthusiastic to speculate about. Would dinosaurs be here today? What new dinosaurs might have appeared? Would dinosaurs have developed human-like intelligence? Would mammals have remained in the shadows? Would humans have evolved and, as depicted in Disney's 2015 film The Good Dinosaur, find a way to survive alongside them? Some researchers argue that even without the asteroid, the reign of the dinosaurs may already have been ending. But we know that mammals were diversifying. Dinosaurs had already been declining for 40 million years, and mammals would still have replaced the dinosaurs. So, what if the deadly meteor had missed the Earth entirely and dinosaurs hadn't been entirely wiped out 65 million years ago? It was only after the impact called an end to dinosaurs planet-wide party, which had been taking place for millions upon millions of years, that the way was paved for mammals to diversify and thrive in the world. Before that, Mammals had never really moved beyond the ranks of rodent-like creatures, but once the dinosaurs died off, many species gradually evolved characteristics that were more closely and consistently aligned with what we consider staple mammalian features. Gradually, primates developed, though it would still be many millions of years before anything really resembling a human was on the scene. It's impossible to say for sure whether people would now be pounding the pavement if dinosaurs hadn't fallen prey to that unexpected, cosmically conceived shakedown. It's entirely feasible that if that catastrophe hadn't occurred, dinosaurs would still be alive today, and we mammals would still be small, burrowing creatures, quaking in fear of the terrible lizards that stalked our land.